Rebecca Lee was never supposed to be a star. In fact, if you asked anyone in her hometown, they'd probably say she was destined for an ordinary life, far from the bright lights of fame. She grew up in a small town where dreams rarely left the city limits, a place where everyone knew your name and your story before you even told it. But Rebecca's ears were open to more than just country radio. She soaked up rap, indie, and folk, blending them into something new. Her bedroom walls echoed with the sounds of every genre she could find, each one shaping her unique voice. In her bedroom, she wrote songs that were raw, honest, and impossible to label. Each lyric was a piece of her soul, scribbled late at night when the world was quiet and her thoughts were loud. On stage, she could shift from a country melody to a rap verse in a heartbeat, captivating crowds who'd never seen anything like her. Her performances were electric, unpredictable, and always left people talking long after the last note faded. Her lyrics painted vivid pictures of dead-end jobs, heartbreak, and feeling like an outsider. She sang about real life, the struggles, the hopes, and the moments that made people feel seen. People connected with her authenticity. Her music was real in a world of polished pop. Fans felt like she was singing their stories, not just her own. Soon, local buzz turned into national attention. Blogs, radio, and fans couldn't get enough. Her songs started spreading online, and suddenly everyone wanted to know who Rebecca Lee was. Rebecca Lee was a musical puzzle, but everyone agreed she was special. Her journey was unconventional, but her talent was undeniable. Her rise was organic, fueled by talent and truth. Word of mouth, heartfelt performances, and genuine connection made her story one people wanted to share. The world was finally ready to listen, and Rebecca Lee's unlikely melody was just beginning to play. The industry took notice, and Epic Records offered Rebecca a contract after one unforgettable audition. With major label support, her debut album fused country, rap, and indie, earning critical and commercial success. Rebecca's true gift was collaboration. She worked with rap legends like Lil Wayne and Drake, and her melodic hooks elevated every track. She formed powerful partnerships with women in music, creating anthems of empowerment with Imperial and Jenna Lee. Her versatility was unmatched, vulnerable one moment, fierce the next. These collaborations shattered genre boundaries and proved music had no borders. Rebecca Lee was no longer a curiosity. She was a star rewriting the rules. Her sound was everywhere and everyone wanted in. Rebecca's look was as bold as her music. Her 22 tattoos told the story of her life. Freedom, family, triumph, and pain. She mixed thrift store finds with designer jeans, her hair color changing as often as her set list. Each tattoo was a conversation starter, a symbol of her authenticity in an industry obsessed with image. Fans saw themselves in her ink and her fearless style. Rebecca's visual identity became iconic. When you saw her, you knew it. Young women copied her tattoos and fashion, inspired by her unapologetic self-expression. She wasn't just a singer, she was a movement. Her look, her ink, her attitude, every detail was part of her story. Rebecca Lee's brand was authenticity, and it resonated everywhere. She was more than a musician, she was an icon. Fame brought friction, and Rebecca's refusal to conform sparked public feuds. Her boldness and unwillingness to play by the industry's rules made her a target for controversy, and soon drama seemed to follow her everywhere she went. Her partnership with Imperial ended in a messy public split. Insults traded online, friendship lost. What began as a creative alliance quickly unraveled, with both sides airing grievances for the world to see. Fans took sides, and the fallout was impossible to ignore. A hit song with Quavo turned sour over creative credit. Their fallout splashed across headlines. Accusations flew back and forth, and what should have been a career milestone became a bitter dispute that dominated the news cycle for weeks. The drama started to overshadow her music, and Rebecca gained a reputation for being difficult. Critics and bloggers speculated endlessly about her attitude, questioning whether her talent was worth the trouble she brought. But her most explosive rivalry was with rapper Dora, a competition that simmered for years. Their mutual dislike was no secret, and every encounter between them seemed to add fuel to the fire. They clashed over awards, chart positions, and respect, their animosity fueling diss tracks and interviews. Each public appearance became a new battleground, with fans eagerly awaiting the next move in their ongoing war of words. The tension finally erupted at an industry after-party. Whispers and side glances filled the room, as everyone sensed something was about to happen. Words turned to shouts, then to a physical confrontation. The argument escalated quickly, drawing the attention of everyone present and leaving the party in chaos. Security tried to intervene, but the damage was done. The incident was caught on camera, spreading across social media within minutes and leaving reputations in tatters. The glamorous party became a battleground, and the music world watched in shock. What was meant to be a celebration turned into a cautionary tale about fame and rivalry. Rebecca's story was about to take a dark turn. The events of that night would haunt her, forcing her to confront the true cost of her choices and the loneliness that came with her fame. The cost of fame was higher than she'd ever imagined. Every headline, every rumor, and every betrayal weighed heavily on her, leaving her to question if it was all worth it. The world was about to see a new side of Rebecca Lee. She was determined to rise from the ashes, stronger and more resilient than ever before, ready to reclaim her story on her own terms. The fight with Dora spiraled out of control, shouting, shoving, chaos. Security broke it up, but not before the police arrived. Rebecca was arrested, her disbelief and anger caught on camera for the world to see. The image of her in handcuffs was everywhere. News, social media, headlines. Fans were divided. Some defended her, others recoiled. Brands dropped her, radio stations debated her future. The scandal threatened to destroy everything she'd built. In the cold light of the police station, reality hit hard. This wasn't a song or a performance. This was real life with real consequences. Rebecca Lee, the symbol of rebellion, was now the face of celebrity scandal. Her career, her freedom, and her future hung in the balance. The music had stopped and the world was watching. The next chapter would be the hardest yet. Rebecca faced assault charges, and the trial became a media circus. The prosecution painted her as violent. Her lawyers argued self-defense. Every detail was scrutinized: videos, social posts, witness accounts. Rebecca took the stand, apologizing but insisting she'd been provoked. The jury deliberated, the world held its breath. The verdict: guilty. Rebecca was sentenced to 2 years in prison. The fall from stardom was swift and brutal. She was led away in tears, her life as a free woman over. The world of music and fame was replaced by concrete walls and barbed wire. Rebecca Lee, once an icon, was now an inmate. Her story was no longer about music, but about survival. The consequences of fame had never been clearer. Prison was a harsh awakening. Rebecca was stripped of fame, reduced to a number. The cold reality of confinement forced her to confront everything she had lost. In the silence of her cell, she reflected on her past, pouring her emotions into new songs, her only escape from the isolation. As she struggled behind bars, her rivals flourished in the spotlight, collecting awards and basking in the success that once belonged to her. The industry moved on without her, forging ahead as if she had never existed. Her name became synonymous with scandal, splashed across headlines and whispered in every corner of the industry. The future she had dreamed of now seemed impossibly distant, but hope arrived unexpectedly when her legal team filed an appeal and requested bail. The amount set was staggering, almost impossible to imagine. Yet her loyal supporters refused to give up. Through tireless fundraising and online campaigns, they raised the money needed. Rebecca walked free, forever changed by her ordeal, but more determined than ever to rebuild her life and career. The media was stunned by her release. News outlets scrambled to cover every detail, speculating about her next move. Fans around the world wondered if she could make a comeback, sharing messages of hope and support across social media. Her legal battles weren't over, and the fight for her reputation had only just begun. The road ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges and unknowns, but Rebecca was ready to face whatever came next. For the first time in a long time, Rebecca felt a glimmer of hope. She was free, scarred but stronger, and ready to reclaim her place in the world. The world watched and waited, eager to see if she could rise again and reclaim her legacy. Rebecca Lee's story wasn't over, it was just beginning a new chapter, one filled with hope, resilience, and the promise of redemption.